In today's video, we stop talking about other fighters and we start doing some fighting ourselves. Bold to call grappling fighting. I wouldn't do that. I just call it grappling. But as you see, there I am in a grappling tournament in a gi. Not ideal. I hate the gi. In the beginner division, because I am just a white belt, okay? I was supposed to be competing in the 164-pound division, but they moved me up to the 184-pound division. I don't know why it was by fours, very confused by that. But I weighed in at 164 on the day, and I was going against guys 20 pounds bigger. So I was a little bit nervous about that, but I was confident in my skills. And we're gonna get to watching and breaking down all of my matches. But first, I got a little something special. So if you wanna skip, then you can skip to this timestamp. I'll point it somewhere. If you want to watch, enjoy.
You don't have to restart.
Too late.
Hello. Come on into the kitchen. Today for breakfast, we're gonna be cooking some eggs, 2 eggs for protein. We're gonna be having some oatmeal for yumminess, and we're gonna have some salt and pepper, just like that's gonna go in the pan. And I just learned to make eggs like maybe a month ago, so now time to crack the eggs. This is the most important part because you don't want to get the egg shells in the bowl, obviously. Ooh, yeah.
Nice little crack there.
Now we've gone 1 for 1. That's a good start to the morning. Yup.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Oh goodness.
Some of you may like cooking eggs over easy or whatever the other options are where you have the yolk showing. But those are actually for losers, and winners make scrambled eggs because they don't have time to be all intricate with their cooking. They just want some protein and they want it quickly and they want it in them like immediately. And who wants like a bunch of juice like squirting everywhere when they chew? And no, scrambled all the way. But we get some salt in there. Enough, like by the time you're 45 around, you get diabetes. Gotta get the oatmeal going. If you're someone who puts the oatmeal in a bowl and then puts it in the microwave.
What are you doing?
Ugh, that's disgusting. I do it the way that I was taught by someone very special, okay? And the proper way to do it, you're gonna get all of the oatmeal out, go over to the kettle, so you gotta fill it up. Does the temperature of the water matter?
I was gonna say.
The water temperature doesn't matter, so you don't have to check it. If it's already hot water going in to get oil, how does that work? Does it become cold?
I think your stovetop is burning.
Oh! It's okay. It's just a little bit of butter.
Butter burning happening.
Butter. It's good to get this house smelling like it's on fire. Because then when you cook the meal and it's really good, it's like a deception type of thing. Ooh, it's getting smoky. That helps. Ooh. The butter has given an interesting tone to some of the egg. See, it cooks nice and fast when you go scrambled. It cooking early. Might have a little bit of an interesting tone to it, but I did that on purpose, actually. For effect. And chop it up. Chop it up. Look at that. Chop it up. Chop it up. Sheesh.
Delish. Beautiful.
Now you have to, if it's time to, rather, enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that is, I think the oatmeals should be done. This is the ultimate test. Feels hot. And then you go like, cancel. You never let the kettle do it on its own time because the kettle doesn't know what it's doing. It just knows make water hot. That's all it knows. And now the camera is gonna grab me a spoon. And now we're ready to
enjoy
and fuel up for the tournament. And now it's time for
espresso.
The choice, the pro of choice. It's between Colombia and El Salvador. I choose Colombia because Colombia has the best steroids, and I also take those. Oh, look at that! More food popping. Lock it up. And then we choose a cup. And this one suits me, I feel, the best. No, I'm not gonna use that. Maybe this one. And we're brewing, but I gotta get some almond milk. Almond milk better than real milk. So get at me. And take a little zoom out of the breakfast. The breakfast of champions. Oatmeal, good. Time to shave, you know, I got a ginormous beard that needs to be tended to. Grows so fast and yeah, it's such an issue, so annoying. Holding up the trusty old white belt with a couple of stripes on it. They're worn out, but I'm going in the white belt division, going against the bigger men, 180 pounds. I ain't no 180 pounds. Doesn't matter how many eggs and oatmeal that I eat in the morning. Not no 180 pounds. All white gi. I used to have an all black gi. Kind of wish I kept that one. But all white, not that style. And then my gi, or my no gi, because it's gi first and then no gi after. Got a nice little Gymshark shirt. Yeah. And then some shorts. And we're gonna be, yeah, all black for the no gi. Because it's a funeral for those motherfuckers that are going against me.
Language.
Mother bleepers. And then it's all white for the gi because I'm a white belt. That's what it is. Getting ready, driving to the tournament. It's a rainy day out, but you know what they say. When it rains, it pours. Out here paying the bills and stuff. It's gonna be me one day. Train's going. Get the train started.
If you made it all the way through that vlog, I appreciate you. If you didn't, if you skipped here from the start, a brief change in location. For those of you who know me, it makes sense why I'm in a church right now. For those of you who don't, no explanation needed. Let's get straight into it. No wasting time. These two are two guys in my division. So in this gi division, there was only 3 people, me and then these 2 gentlemen. I knew the guy in the black gi because he went to my gym. I had never rolled with him before, but he was a wrestler at the university, so I assumed that he would have some decent grappling experience and knowledge just because of the wrestling background. I didn't know how long he'd been wrestling or anything like that. And this gentleman, I had no idea who he was, so we were going in blind. He's got a man bun, pretty dope. But this was their match. Let me just turn it down for me because it's loud for me. I turned it down for you guys. But yeah, so this is their match. And I was watching this obviously to get an idea of what I was going up against. The loser of this match will go against me. And then if I win that match, then I will go up against the winner of this match. That's how they formatted it. So they're kind of wrestling on the feet a little bit. You can definitely see that the gentleman in the black gi is of a wrestling background. He's not looking for really like collar, like grips on the collar or on the clothing. It's looking more like a wrestling type of, like lots of collar ties and underhooks, not like clothing grips. So you see him digging an underhook there. The wrestling on the feet goes on for a little bit. We could kind of skip forward to when something happens. I think the gentleman in the black gi shoots a takedown eventually. So they're standing for a while. They're only 5-minute rounds. But he's standing, so look at that. That's a nice little takedown entry. He learned that at wrestling. He duck under, lifting the arms into the takedown, and he gets it, turns the corner, and you see how the guy in the white gi pulled a guillotine, but gentleman in the black gi was able to escape, putting some top pressure on. That's 2 points for a takedown, but he gets swept right into mount. That's 4 points for a sweep into mount. And Gentleman in the white gi is looking to underjack and crawl that arm up and look for an arm triangle. And he starts to do it. He starts to do it. Gets his head on the side. Gentleman in the black gi's trying to post out, but the video ends. It ended quickly. I told my camera woman to stop because I don't know why. I thought that was enough. But basically, Gentleman in the black gi lost by arm triangle. He was getting set up for it. And for some reason, I told the camera woman to stop. She stopped. But here I am in the gi. I don't like the gi, as I said earlier in the video. Hi. Hi. How are you? I'm fine. I'm trying to figure out where you are. I'm up here. As I was saying, one of the issues with recording in a church is people will come into the church. Neither here nor there. Let's continue. This is my first gi match. Let's just watch it. Let's stop wasting time. So, I had never rolled with him before, like I said, but I knew he was a wrestler. So, my plan was to go out and shoot immediately, surprise attack, because his takedown defense would probably be better than mine, or his takedowns would probably be better than mine. That was what I was assuming. So I went out there. I'm in southpaw, and I just shoot immediately. Deep. You see, like, I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see that. Where my cursor is, I got a nice deep bite under his leg, and he's going down. I hop over, and I start working my body lock pass. You'll see a lot of body lock passing and double legs in this video. That is my whole game, and that's all I got, really. So I go cross face, trying to establish it. He's framing off. I'm in half guard.
Nice mount.
I pass over, nice and easy pass, and I'm digging that underhook to look for an arm triangle, which he was just submitted with. I kind of feel bad, but I get it, and the reason I'm not hopping over is because I've been finishing it in practice from mount, and there's an escape when you do hop over as the top person for them to turn and the other way. They do give up their back in that escape, so it's not that bad, but I was finishing it from mount, so I didn't want to hop over, and I wanted to like work on it, and Gilbert Burns was like finishing it from close, like from this kind of dropping your hip off but keeping the leg over. So I was trying that, but I wasn't able to get it. So I need to work on my arm triangle mechanics here, because I keep trying it. I have it fully locked in, and he's not defending really at all. He's just kind of holding his arms. But I keep readjusting there. I put more chest pressure, lean off to the side. He begins to tap, and I get the tap with the arm triangle. But that took a little bit too long for my liking. I definitely got to work on my arm triangle mechanics. But either way, we are 1-0 with a submission, and we move on to the next match against Man Bun Man for the gi white belt 180-pound gold medal, first place. So I feint the takedown. I'm bouncing around a little bit. Hindsight, I do wish I would have shot just immediately, but I was a little worried because he pulled guillotine in the last one, and that was in my head just a little bit, like, let me not get guillotined. And I snap him down into like a front headlock position. Nothing comes of it. But the reason I don't like gi is because of all these collar grips, and the reason I wanted to shoot so early is to avoid all these like collar grip exchanges where they're just grabbing on my collar. But when I started to get in those exchanges with Man Bun Man, I felt strong. I felt like he wasn't able to really distribute my weight. There I snap him down pretty heavy. I didn't feel weak there. I try a little inside trip. So I stayed up, but we disengaged here, and I'm like, all right, let me shoot. And there's my blast double again. That is probably my best takedown. I'm in like a fighting stance. I can't help it. But I do a little feint high, deep entry into the legs, head outside double, and then I turn the corner and I get him down. Same takedown as I did the other guy, and I get to, you guessed it, my body lock passing. So he's got his right leg framed across, and I'm looking to grab the foot and pass into side control, hopping over, back and forth, side to side pressure with the body lock passing. There I look to like scoop the legs, kind of Habib style, and I'm getting close to a mount, but he gets his knee shield in, but I keep putting that pressure in, and I eventually get to mount, and I trap, look, I even have his arm trapped here, but at this point I didn't even notice. I was focused on going for the arm triangle, but his arm is trapped here. If I tighten my legs up and maybe even look to go to mounted triangle, that's something that I definitely could have gone to here, but he eventually recovers it because my mount isn't that tight. I spread my legs a little bit to support my base, and he gets it back, but I'm looking arm triangle again. I get another guy in the arm triangle position. He has half guard, which is definitely helping him a little bit, but again, my finishing mechanics from the arm triangle, I gotta work on it, clearly. His coaches are telling him to keep the half guard. My coach, aka training partner Bowen, is telling me to keep it up, and he says he's gonna tap. I get back to the mount. Sorry, brief interruption again. Yeah, so I get back to the mount, looking arm triangle, and I'm going like rear naked choke grip to try to get it, but I just couldn't get the finish. And obviously I'm still in half guard, but I have finished it from this position before because I still have the angle. Obviously when I get that leg out it would help, but still when I'm in this position I have to be able to finish it. He turns into me, I mount, I keep the mount, I get more mount points. I think I'm up by quite a bit here. I'll put the score down in the bottom, I'll edit that in. But there, he bumps and reverses me. I made a mistake there. My mistake was he begins to trap my arm, and he's going for the little trap and roll escape, the classic. So he goes, but I clear, sorry. I can take the back here. My issue is, I get my arm free from the trap and roll. So I can take the back from here. But where I make a mistake is this arm, he's gonna wanna dig that arm back as an underhook to turn and face. What I need to do is post on that arm, pushing away with my hand and not letting it cross my body line, because that is what will get him to turn and face me. Obviously a hook would have helped there too, but instead of me just doing nothing with my hand, I miss it, and I should have posted on that. I should have posted on that and kept him facing that way, but he's able to turn back in and face and get the sweep, but no points. No points because there was no guard, is what my coach says. I don't know how the point system works. I know that mount is 4, side controls 3, and a takedown is 2. That's all I know. So he's looking to pass here. My bottom game is atrocious. It's horrible, but I retain my guard enough. I threaten a triangle from my back. I knew I was not going to get it, but I threaten it, and he's looking to pass over from that. I reverse, I get my head out, and I get to the double. So I get out of a compromising position on my back, and I'm gonna get back into my body lock passing. All I know. My coach says to posture up and pass, but all I know is body lock passing, so I just continue my body lock pass. I hop over, pass the legs. He's trying to post me away, but I'm scooping the legs and I slide back in a mount. It'd be nice to be able to combine body lock passing with open guard passing, so I definitely want to work on that. And I definitely want to work their coach, sorry, I keep interrupting myself, but his coach goes, he's not going to submit you, he's not going to submit you. And I just smile, kind of like, oh, I am going to, but then I couldn't. I was just, yeah, I'm mad at myself that I couldn't even. He keeps posts, trying to bump. He's doing a better job here at keeping his elbows tight. Yeah! Oh. Oh. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Back to regularly scheduled programming, and the match ends and I win on points. I forget what it was. It was either 10-0 or 12-0. I'll have it in the bottom there, but I get it done, and I win my 2 matches in the gi, and I am the gi champion at 184 pounds, with one submission and 1 win on points. But good on the man bun guy. And I think I got a little podium. Yeah, I took my gi off because I was getting ready for no gi. But yeah, even get a nice little podium picture, a nice medal. Pretty cool. There we go. And now we are on to the no gi matches. So this gentleman is another guy who goes to my gym. Super nice guy. I've trained a lot with him, rolled a lot with him, have a lot of experience with him. And I have been training a little bit longer than he has, and he does have the size advantage on me, like the weight advantage. I'm a little bit taller and longer, but I was for sure confident going into this match because I have had success against him in training a decent amount. There I grab an overhook, looking to maybe go for like a little judo trip, but I don't know anything else other than blast double, and I get it, time it decently, and we get to some body lock passing. Trying to step over, see how I'm grabbing his foot and trying to pass over to that side. I have a few different ways that I pass. Don't know if I'm good enough or knowledgeable enough to like explain them, but there I'm like shelving his leg, but Bala's used to this game because I play this game against him all the time, just body lock passing, so he knows my game. I look to posture up a little bit there, lock my hands underneath his butt, shelf his leg, looking to post up. He's posting with the hands, but I'm keeping his legs tight. He's trying to push me away, and I step over, looking to lace the legs and maybe slide into mount. I get close, but he has a knee shield. I go arm triangle. I'm trying to pass over. What I have to do there, instead of just trying to like wiggle my leg over, I have to bring my left leg into play and pin his right leg down with like with my foot, like looping it in there and pinning it down and then making room for that to pass over. I know that, but I just didn't think of it in the moment. But he gets back to his half guard. I get to my arm triangle, He goes lockdown, which brings me down and brings the pressure down a lot. And I deal with lockdown a lot in training, and that's my answer to it, is flipping it. But he would just keep on regaining the lockdown, and there I lose the arm triangle grip. So I go to a crossface, and he has that lockdown tight. And we were just learning lockdown escapes too in class, but I could not free his lockdown, which I was kind of disappointed about. But either way, good top pressure. I'm getting that left foot in, trying to push through to get to mount. I get to side control here. That gets me 3 points. And Bala does a good job at getting his knee back in. And I'm back to half guard and looking for the same thing, heavy shoulder pressure, using that left flipper to free my leg of the lockdown. But he's doing a really good job at keeping my leg in half guard. There, I don't even think he has the lockdown. But either way, he does a good job of keeping me in half guard. He looks to scoop under the leg. I sprawl it out. Lots of just lay and pray from me, honestly. Brutal, boring grappler I am. There, again, trying to push through, but he's using his hand to post on my leg. I just need a few more answers here. I have a couple of answers, but when then those answers are countered, then I kind of get stuck. And I want to submit. My goal is to, winning the matches is cool, and it's awesome, and that's the goal, I guess. But at the end of the day, I want to win by submission. And when I keep getting good positions where I could get to a submission and I can't finish it, that's a little bit frustrating to me. Look at his lockdown again, keeping me just stuck in half guard, and I can't pass. And it's infuriating to watch for me. But here is a little bit better position for me. He doesn't have the lockdown. I'm pinning his bottom leg with my right leg, which you can see is wrapped with a, whatever those things are, a wristband. Just staying on top, defending the Kimura, because Bala likes the Kimura counter, and I'm just keeping my arm tucked in a good position, keeping the pressure on, in half guard. Trying to hop over into mount, but he's using that knee shield to keep me out of the mount position. I'm floating kind of above him, and that is the end of the match. A pretty uneventful match, boring match, and just exposing me and my inability to get by the lockdown. I've had success getting by the lockdown before, but I don't know. I clearly was not, ready for the lockdown, because I couldn't pass into a dominant position pretty much the whole time. So good on my training partner, Bala, there. I'm helping him up. But I do get the win on points, and I was in control the whole time, so that's pretty good. But like I said, I do want to get subs. That's my goal. So a little bit frustrated with myself, but we are 3-0 with only one submission. And now I am against the Man Bun Man again in the final. Well, this one was round robin, and I was supposed to have another match after this, but the guy pulled from the match because he had lost his he'd lost 4 matches before that. So this was kind of like the gold medal one again. Man Bun Man won his match before this, so we both won our matches, and now we're facing off for first place. And this time I don't waste time on the feet, And I fake the shot, but then I go right away. Blast double, same takedown, stepping over and looking to get to my body lock passing. There's 2 points for me. I'm grabbing his wrist there and looking to pass it over to my other hand. There's some good stuff that you can do from that position. That stuff that's happened to me before, but I don't really know how to do it. I just know that when that arm is trapped, it's kind of a annoying position to deal with. So I'm passing, I've got the tight body lock, I Dagestani handcuff to break his base, and this is where I pass it over. And he's looking to fish like Kimura or something there, but I step over and I pass into, once I clear that knee, I pass into side control. And I think I get the side control points there. I go to my crossface, shoulder pressure, and I step over into mount, get some more points, and I'm looking arm triangle again. But the man bun man is doing a good job at keeping his arm relatively safe. I'm crawling it up slowly, being patient with it. But obviously I gotta get my head over. He bridges big. I maintain the mount position, but he actually regains half guard and then gets back to full guard. So nicely done by him. Again, just, I don't know. I need to work on things like that. Again, I break his base down. Get my head in good position there. He's keeping his guard. It's not a closed guard really, so I can get to my body lock passing really whenever when I step my leg over. And but there he locks it up. And I don't like closed guard because my body lock passing is useless from closed guard, but you see I have his wrist there in an uncomfortable position. And he's going feet on the hips, trying to make some space. I hop over the leg. I'm looking to shelf it. Again, it's just a lot of the same thing. If you're still here and you're watching, I appreciate you. But it's just pretty boring stuff from me. I'm gonna push down and slide my knee over, a little knee slice. Pass. I get some more points for passing into side control, and then I think I get to the mount once again, but he scoops my leg back into half guard, and that's just lazy on me. My foot position there in mount, keeping the shoulder pressure, looking to tripod pass from a half guard with the shoulder pressure. Have my hands locked underneath his butt. Shelf the leg. Lots of pressure. I can begin to grab his foot here. I look to do it, but his foot's in a decent position. He's looking at maybe Kimura, but I continue to pass. Head pressure. There. I posture up, and he gets back to his closed, or his guard, not really closed yet, and I get back to hopping over and just constantly looking to pass with my body lock pass. I go back and forth, looking to shelf his right leg now, and I do it, and he's looking to base up. I pass over, almost gets eye control, but he gets his guard back. Break him down with the Dagestani handcuff for a second there, but he's looking to fish Kimura. I'm keeping my elbow nice and tight. He's fishing the other way, but I'm just staying on top, and I think that it's low on time. But I was never even really close to a submission, which is a little bit frustrating. But at the end of the day, I do get the job done. I think 10-0 or 12-0. I'm not sure. I have the points down below.
But yeah, I tend to be a little bit hard on myself, and I feel like I could have got more submissions in this tournament, but yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, I get the win, and I go 4-0 with 1 submission, no points scored on me, winning every match by more than a 5-point differential. I think even maybe more than a 9-point differential. But I'm grabbing my medal. It was something about their system breaking down, and they only had they had to go on like an honor system. So the man bun guy was making a joke about how he actually got first. But there we go, another first place podium appearance for yours truly. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. This was a long one. And yeah, general like final thoughts. I'll do a little zoom in here. Whoop, 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 whoop. General final thoughts. I'm happy that I went undefeated and that I didn't get points scored on me, and it was pretty dominant. I'm happy about that, and I'm happy about the 1 submission that I got, but there is a lot that I can personally improve on in terms of just improving my body lock passing, improving my arm triangle finishing, like details, like little things like that, improving my open guard passing, just like being able to combine like body lock passing with the a Toreando pass, or just like postured up passing, like just a different kind of passing to group with my body lock passing. That would be beneficial to me and not so one-dimensional, just only body lock passing. So maybe going into training now, I'll work more on that. Definitely the arm triangle finishes, like I said. And yeah, room for improvement for sure, but overall pretty happy with my performance. And yeah, like I said, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and peace.
Hey, no way. You're gonna have to, I'm gonna blur those out. And you have to go, definitely blur those out. You're gonna have to pay $4.99 a month to see those.